Hey guys, greetings from the Philippines. If you've been following my journey, you'll know that after living in LA for over 18 years and Hollywood in the same unit for over 14 years, I decided to take a huge leap of faith and I'm here in a foreign country. I'm in the Philippines. So a lot of new things, super exciting. But if you clicked on this, then you want to see how did I find out that I'm actually a dual citizen. I was born a dual citizen and I didn't even know it. So here in the Philippines, in order to buy property as a foreigner, you can't buy land, but you could buy condos because there needs to be a percentage of ownership of Filipinos. And so as a foreigner, I believe, I'll put the percentage right here. The percentage is here. And so long story short, foreigners could only own condos. So I wanted to inquire about land and owning property. So I said, how do I become a Philippine citizen? So I did research. I went on YouTube, of course. I went on YouTube, just like you are. And I found out that I already am. So if you're born after, oh my God, what is it? All right, I asked Google. So please note that a person who is born outside the Philippines on or after January 17, 1973, when either parent was still a Filipino citizen, is considered a dual Filipino citizen from birth. There's no need to include the child as a derivative citizenship application. So when I went to the consulate, I went to the line about getting citizenship, and they're like, oh, no. You already are a citizen. So I went to a different line than my dad, who reapplied to be a Filipino citizen again. So I already was. So it was really interesting. While I have my phone out, so in terms of foreigners buying land in the Philippines, foreigners are prohibited from owning land in the Philippines, but can legally own a residence. The Philippine Condominium Act allows foreigners to own condo units as long as 60% of the building is owned by Filipinos. If you want to buy a house, consider a long-term lease agreement with a Filipino landowner. So yeah, I mean, all that aside, I don't have to worry about it because I found out I am a dual citizen by birth. I don't know, it felt kind of cool. So anyways, it was kind of funny because basically when you're born, you do a report of birth. And then once you report your birth, I guess you recognize your Filipino citizenship. I guess that's how you could say. But so I had to do a delayed report of birth, which is super funny because it's 39 years late. I thought that was hilarious. So basically, I went on the Philippine consulate website and I filled out a delayed report of birth. This is the stack, my personal information's in there, but I'm just gonna go through the stack of what I submitted. And I would just go on there to make sure they didn't change anything. I did this this year. Wait, no. Yes. I did. No. Wait, when did I do this? Oh, I did this year. I did this January 24, 2024. So just check the requirements because I want to make sure that you're good. But I just went on the Philippine consulate website and I went to San Francisco. So basically, I did a report of birth. I submitted my birth certificate. And I did a bunch of copies. So I did at least 5, but again, check the website to make sure you do enough. And they had if you're going to San Francisco, I think I didn't have enough of something. So I made copies at the consulate. So I did an affidavit for delayed registration of birth, and then I got that notarized, very important. I got that notarized before going in. I have a copy of my passport and driver's license. Then I have my parents' marriage contract. I have my dad's birth certificate. I have my mom and dad's passport. I have my dad's old Filipino passport. I have my dad's certificate of naturalization. I have my mom's birth certificate, and that's what I had in my stack. And it was super easy. I went to the office, they processed it, and then next thing you know, I had this report of birth stamped, signed, sealed, delivered. Then I went up a floor and I applied for my passport. They took my picture, and then I got it in the mail just like weeks after my visit. It was super easy. I think I set aside a morning for it. And weeks after, I had my passport. And by the time, so that happened January 24, got my passport weeks later. And I went to the Philippines April 1st with 2 passports. And I came here as a dual citizen. So when I went to the airport, and you go through everything, you show them both passports, and I'm just gonna show, I think that's just what I'm gonna do. I'm always just gonna show them both passports to be sure that they do what they gotta do. And that's pretty much it. I know it's really simplified, but I think it's really important to make sure you have the most up-to-date information. So just go on the website. My city was San Francisco, so I went to the Philippine Consulate General, San Francisco. So just check what the requirements there are, and I hope your experience is just as simple as mine.